Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kadash, the barners under the elders, Apostle Great Millstone, the elders Great Millstone, and of course, peace and blessings under the hopeful elect. This is here, servants like Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, serving with truth and sincerity. Yes, on the brother Chayabo from the ZMS Plaintables camp, coming back with another lesson to the spirit. Yeah, and just to go through the spirit of how, and it's a lot of things happening. As we know, Trump is in office. He's making a lot of things come to pass. This conflict, tension between Israel and Iran is rising up. Talks about the U.S. joining Israel very, very soon, within this conflict. Pretty much about Russia and China backing Iran. So, that's the point. A lot of things are happening. And even AI increasing. I was just watching the brother out of Mississippi. Pretty much going into how data centers are increasing, and is becoming a problem for the people, within these neighborhoods by these data centers, because they keep on getting bigger and increasing in size. Because we're in a time where AI is speedily increasing. We already know Trump and Nero, he made that bill, or pretty much he's putting into effect that investment of $500 billion, or it's like 500 million. Let's go ahead and look that up real quick so I don't get that wrong. Let's see how much. Well, let's see, Stargate investment. Okay, Stargate investment. Let's look, yeah. Look this up on Google. Yeah, 500 billion. It says Stargate is a joint venture between OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle, with an initial investment of 100 billion, aiming to reach 500 billion over the next 4 years. To build AI infrastructure in the U.S., it says the project will focus on developing large-scale data centers to support OpenAI's AI models and advance U.S. leadership in AI. The project's first data center will be located in Texas. That's a point, man. So 500 billion, but that's a lot of money being invested into AI. So imagine that. We already know, again, this is gonna make way for the system, the new system that they want to come with, the new beast system. The EU and the NATO, we already know they're pushing for the NWO, which when you read Revelation chapter 13 and 16, it goes into the image of the beast, which the image of the beast, based upon, of course, the ancient Roman Empire, the image of the beast is going to be that new system, which is going to be the NWO, which AI will play a big part, a great, huge part within this new system. Because you already know the gateway to this new system is going to be by the way of the mark of the beast. Of course, which is the micro C-hip. The micro C-hip is the mark of the beast, and they want to put that in everybody for mass tracking, mass surveillance. Them being able to put a micro C-hip into the masses gives them, again, full control. Of course, you're going to be locked to the grid with these 5 generation towers, with a strong connection. Obviously, it's said to be powered by the body heat, or pretty much body heat. And it's going to be locked behind, again, you won't be able to buy or sell without that C-hip. So so AI is going to play a big part in that. It says Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 3. So out of verse 1, it says, Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Exactly. So, hey, of course we are in evil days, but hey, it's going to get a lot worse. It says, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Yeah. It's going to come to a point where what's full-on lockdown, famine, pestilence, again, just anarchy, everything all out for full, or what, everything at its max, at its climax. Of course, we're experiencing that. Of course, in a smaller form already, but we're in the beginning of sorrows. It's going to get worse, a lot worse from here on out. So it says, verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, that's like it shall tremble, and strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Yeah. And they see, so it's going to be a lot of things happening. It says what the grinders shows. It says and the grinders cease because they are few. Yeah, and even with AI is going to take a lot of jobs, and it's taking jobs right now as we speak. So really, the best thing you can do if you're in a field where it's too easy, because as we keep on moving on and moving on, we have to keep on increasing. You can't stay stuck in the same spot. Again, with all these advancements. So it says again, Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 3, and the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders it says, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. It says verse 4, and when it says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the music, like it says, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah, and that's the point. So, hey, it's going to be, imagine that. We already know these lockdowns are coming, they want 15-minute cities. Well, ultimately, again, AI is gonna get, with AI increasing, that means more of AI taking these jobs. So hey, really, the best thing if you're in the technology field, the best thing you can do is utilize AI to your advantage, because if you're trying to avoid AI. Which again, the scriptures say to use the world but not abuse it. So of course, we can use these different tools, but just don't abuse it. Getting real quick. Revelation 13 and 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. Yeah. So, and again, that image of the beast is a new system that they're going to come with, with the laws and guidelines. Ultimately, it's going to come to the point where it says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. Yeah. So if you don't bow down to this new system, they're going to seek to kill you. First, they're going to, make it illegal for you to have any part of this society. You won't be able to buy or sell, have a job, do whatever. But it's going to come to a point where Esau's going to unleash his martial law. And what if you don't take it, that micro C-hip, you're going to be put down on the spot. And of course, that's going to be according to Esau's law, but Esau doesn't determine life and death. Yahweh Shai determines life and death. And we understand how the Lord, who the world inwardly calls God and Jesus, Well, Yahweh Shai, as the scriptures say, will protect his elect. Well, the Lord's going to reserve a hedge around his elect, the elect Israelites, but to keep them within these times. It says, verse 16, and he calls all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. Yeah, again, that mark, going in the Greek word kragma, meaning what? If it's a scratch or etching, a physical stamp, a badge of servitude. And what that badge of servitude, or what that's microscope, is going to be a badge of servitude, because it shows that you're bowing down unto Esau Edom. It says verse 17, Esau Edom being a so-called white man, strong of course with the elites, the elite international banking families. So it says verse 17, and that no man might bar himself, save he that had a mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Yeah, they're going to present what the many signs and wonders. Oh, you'll be able to integrate, or you'll be integrated with AI. You'll have the internet, with the whole entire internet connected to you, with pretty much instantaneous answers, ready on the spot. What these are going to be the signs and wonders. You'll be able to control your Tesla, control your device, your smartphone, your computer, with just a thought of your mind. And if you pretty much if you do this type of job, you're going to greatly outperform the people, who don't have it. Again, these are the angles that they're going to take to make people, take it. Because again, it's going to be a conscious decision. But ultimately, Esau's going to have it where, again, first and foremost, he's gonna mandate it. Ultimately, he's gonna mandate it so that the people beg for it. Again, because once the mandate comes, you won't be able to bar. So again, so that means within the realms of this society, you won't be able to buy anything or sell anything. So go to the store, restaurant, whatever, have a job, pay for your bills. Again, this is the angle that he's going to take. It says, verse 18, here's wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. It is the number of a man, and his number is 636. Yeah, exactly. So that number is 636, and we know, of course, that amounts on to 666, and that's a number that these devils love to use. You'll see it all within, these different company logos. You'll see, of course, hidden in plain sight. You'll see it within the barcode. Language, that number is there. So a lot of things happening. Again, Stargate investment. It says Stargate aims to establish the United States as a leader in AI innovation by creating a robust AI infrastructure, including large-scale data centers. It says, we just read that. It says construction on the first data center has already begun and is expected to be completed before the end of 2025. It says goals. Stargate's objectives include supporting industrialization of the U.S., creating jobs, and safeguarding national security. It says the project is framed as a strategic capability to protect the national security of the U.S. and its allies. It says the project, so it also says job creation. The project is expected to create hundreds of thousands of jobs. Yeah, so it says potential. Yeah, and again, anything to push for this support of this AI new system. They're going to say everything. But hey, at the end of the day, no matter what, again, we understand Nero, he's in office. No matter what Nero does, no matter what Trump does, again, you can't save Babylon. The scriptures say how Babylon cannot be healed. We know, of course, Babylon the Great, modern day Babylon, is America. It says, so potential challenges. While the project is ambitious, some, like Elon Musk, have expressed concerns about the financing and feasibility of reaching the $500 billion investment level, according to a Wikipedia page. So, hey. Again, a lot of things are happening, man. What Trump, of course, announced that back during his inauguration. Back in January. So, hey, we already know what's coming. And through the scriptures, well, we have, again, we have a clear picture. And, all we can do is just watch, again, watch for the current events and link it up to prophecy, link it up to the scriptures. Yeah, and the A, so you got ChatGPT, you have Claude, you have DeepSeek, you have all these different AIs. Which, again, it's not wicked to use AI. AI isn't wicked. Again, just, obviously it has its benefits. As the scriptures say, use the world, but don't abuse it. Again, this, as the scriptures say, let's get that real quick. Yeah, it says Psalm chapter 64. It says in 6, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. We can start at verse 1. It says, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer, preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. And me, of course, our enemy being Esau-Edom. That's our main enemy. Esau-Edom, again, the so-called white man. It says, hide me from the secret counsel. And again, when we say that, the so-called white man, we're not referring out to all people with so-called white skin. Again, we know that predominantly the Edomites consist of so-called white people. Again, this doesn't mean that every so-called people, again, every so-called or every person with so-called white skin is automatically an Edomite. We know, of course, that the powers, the elites, whether they're all those people, Amalek, the small hats. Of course, Amalek being the chief tribe of the nation of Edom, going into the small hats. Those people over there in the land of Israel today who call themselves the children, but they're simply counterfeits. And at this point, everybody can see that. It says, verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who wet their tongue, the secret counsel. Well, what they're planning behind the scenes, first and foremost, against our people. We know that they're against our people, first and foremost, to the overthrow of our people. Which, hey, we're already in a low state. Of course, financially, our people are at the bottom. But what they still want to, again, exterminate the Israelites. That's their end goal. So what Psalm 83 shows us what they're planning behind the scenes. Esau, Edom, as well as these other nations, plotting against our people, so-called blacks, Native Americans, Latinos, the biblical Israelites. So it says, verse 3, who wet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. The perfect, of course, representing, again, the Israelites. It says, verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Again, so they're doing all this wickedness behind the scenes of putting the media up at the forefront as well, again, as a deception in a mask, to hide what they're truly doing, to hide their ulterior motives. It says, verse 6, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. With AI, they're able to accomplish a diligent search. You're able to get again, a lot of answers, that would have been a lot harder to find, on Google. Well, just by typing in a simple a prompt within whatever you ChatGPT, Claude, hey, you can get a pretty good answer. It says verse 7, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. Yeah, because ultimately, the Heavenly Father Yahweh will send back his son Yahushai, which to take down Esau, Edom, and the heathen. Let's start with Esau, Edom first, because again, he's the main first enemy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Esau, Edom is the top enemy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So it says verse 8, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Exactly. And with AI, this is, that's that's taking that's completing. Again, that's fulfilling a lot of that. Their tongues falling upon themselves. Because again, you can look up many things. You can go into again the elites. You can go into the internment camps, and again just everything that Esau's planning. You can literally type in a couple words into ChatGPT, and you'll get a solid answer. So Esau is exposing himself by releasing AI. Of course, it doesn't mean AI is 100% right all the time. Obviously, it's Esau's bot. It's Esau's creation at the end of the day. Which really, the Lord gave it onto Esau. Lord put the spirit on Esau to create it. But anyways, this is his technology. So of course we know it's not 100% right all the time. There's lies mixed within it. It's trained with lies. But again, it's at the same time it's a lot of truth that's being. Again, it's a lot of truth in it. It's a lot of things that expose Esau. And that's exposing the things that he's been hiding. So we're in those times, man. And it's only going to increase. Things will only get worse. So I believe it's a point. Lord's will, you be blessed and edified. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Gakodash Brakatham. Shalom.